King Solomon, a name that echoes through history as the wisest man who ever lived. The son of King David, builder of the first temple, author of Proverbs, and ruler of a golden age in Israel. But Solomon's story is not only about wisdom and wealth. It's also a tragic tale of pride, compromise, and downfall. Today we uncover the rise and fall of King Solomon, a man who had everything, yet lost what mattered most.
Solomon was the second son of David and Bathsheba. After the death of his older brother, Solomon was chosen by God to be Israel's next king. But before that could happen, there was trouble. David's older son, Adonijah, tried to take the throne by force. But with the help of the prophet Nathan and Bathsheba, David publicly declared Solomon as king. At a young age, Solomon was given power, but instead of boasting, he humbled himself. One night, God appeared to him in a dream and said, "Ask for whatever you want me to give you." Solomon replied, "Give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong." Because he asked for wisdom instead of wealth or revenge, God was pleased. He gave Solomon unmatched wisdom and then added riches, honor, and peace. Solomon's wisdom soon became legendary. One of his most famous judgments involved two women claiming to be the mother of the same baby. Solomon said, "Bring me a sword, cut the child in two, and give half to each woman."
One woman screamed, "No, give her the baby, just don't kill him."
The other said, "Yes, divide him." Solomon knew the true mother was the one who wanted to save the child's life. Word of his wisdom spread far and wide. Rulers from across the world came to see him, including the famous Queen of Sheba. After seeing his court, his palace, his servants, and hearing his answers to deep questions, she said, the report I heard in my own country did not do you justice. You exceed it." Solomon wrote over 3,000 proverbs and more than 1,000 songs. His writings filled what we now know as the books of Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Songs. One of Solomon's greatest achievements was building the temple of the Lord in Jerusalem. His father David had wanted to build it, but God said the task would go to Solomon. It took 7 years to build the temple, using cedar from Lebanon, gold from Ophir, and the best of faith of Solomon's greatest achievements. It was comfort in the business. When the temple was finished, Solomon gathered all Israel. He prayed a powerful dedication prayer, asking God to hear his people when they cried out in that place. Then fire came down from heaven, and the glory of the Lord filled the temple. It was Israel's golden age. There was peace, prosperity, and the people rejoiced. But even the wisest man on earth is not above temptation. God had warned Solomon, "Do not marry foreign women, for they will surely turn your heart after their gods." But Solomon loved many foreign women. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines. Many of them came from nations that worshipped false gods. Over time, Solomon's heart began to turn. He built high places and altars for idols like Ashtoreth, Molech, and Chemosh. He even began to worship them. This wasn't just disobedience, it was betrayal. The man who had once prayed with such humility now offered sacrifices to foreign gods. God became angry and said, "Since you have turned away from me, I will tear the kingdom from your descendants." Though Solomon remained king until his death, God raised up enemies against him. Hadad the Edomite, Rezon of Damascus, and Jeroboam, a servant who would one day take the northern kingdom. And Solomon reigned for 40 years. He started strong, filled with wisdom, humility, and devotion. But he ended in compromise, distracted by wealth, pride, and false worship. And yet, before his death, there are signs that Solomon realized his mistake.
In the book of Ecclesiastes, likely written at the end of his life, Solomon reflects on everything he had: riches, pleasure, work, and wisdom, and calls it all meaningless. He writes, "Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." It's a message that still speaks today.
Solomon's story is not just history. It's a mirror, a reminder that no one, no matter how wise, how powerful, or how blessed, is immune to falling away if they forget God. He had everything, yet without obedience, he lost what mattered most. So let Solomon's rise inspire you, and let his fall warn you. Stay humble, stay faithful, and remember, true wisdom begins with the fear of the Lord.